I don't want anyone to ever go to jail. That is not my intention. Are you going to be arresting him for assault?
No arrest will be made today.
Why would that be?
You're refusing to wear a mask?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, what's your job duty? We're stepping up.
man?
Did she lock us in here? Man, this lady just locked us inside of a vault. Golly.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's Frauditor Roundup with Sheriff Wyatt A. Moron. Want to welcome you back. Help my channel continue to shrink by watching my videos, sharing my videos, commenting on my videos. Click that there like button, like it, dislike it. Replace this Coca-Cola with Sprite and soy sauce. Today's smooth-headed moron is this guy. Goes by the name William Taylor. Date of birth is November 15, 1997. Channel name is RightsRuckusRev. He's a newbie frauditor. In fact, I did a video on him earlier today. But I think this guy's tricking me so much. Wanted to do another one. Because this guy's complete garbage. Now, I kind of found it funny how in the video I did earlier today, he got kicked off a bus, got stranded. That was funny. But today, he's creeping around the high school. And even later on, the elementary school. What the hell is wrong with this guy? He don't understand why we protect our children by carefully choosing who gets to come into schools and who doesn't. Hasn't this guy seen enough mass shootings that he understands why we want to be careful with who we let around our schools? So again, he's going to do what he does best. Fail at what he set out to do. He's going to get put back on the street where he belongs. So what do you say? Let's round us up a frauditor.
See what they try to do to me. See how my rights are respected and protected in public. We're gonna try to be real discreet about recording, just so that way they don't get spooked before I get inside.
Help you?
Oh yeah, I'm here to be a visitor.
Okay, come on in.
Good.
Hold on.
You're good.
Hold it now.
There we go. Hello.
Hi.
I'm here to try to obtain a visitor's pass.
For,
Myself.
right, but what are you gonna be doing?
I'm here recording all publicly accessible areas.
Well, let me get Mr. White. Who are you with?
Myself?
Okay, so you're not with a company that has you assigned to do this or anything?
I don't wish to disclose who I'm for. She's with West Carrollton Police Department.
Hello, Blake.
Hi.
How you doing? You all right? Hi,
How's it going, sir?
David White.
Nice to meet you.
I'm the principal.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to do some recording of your building if possible.
And maybe a little bit of your crotch as well.
No, that's not possible.
Why is that?
Why isn't it possible?
It's a public building, right?
Look, unless you're a substitute, a teacher, a parent, a vendor delivering supplies or food, you ain't got no business in a public school. There's nothing that you need that's in there. And on the other hand, I don't know if you've been watching the news over the last few years or so, but it's really not a great idea to let people in who won't identify themselves.
Well, I need a background check. I'm going to need to know why you're filming. And we don't have releases on all the kids to be filmed.
Okay, so just the publicly accessible areas. I don't have any intentions of filming
We
any
don't have
children.
any public accessible areas.
This is a public school, correct?
Yeah, but once again, no background check. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you work for. None of those things. So it's a safety
That's
issue.
an illegal search. If
Of
you were to
what?
conduct a background check without my consent.
Oh, dear God, did he just really say that? It would be an illegal search if he conducted a background check without his consent? Oh, I know I don't got to explain to you people, or that's just such an utterly stupid response. Oh, how somebody comes up with those words in that order. I don't know, he may have reached the level of dumb so hard. I think it's time for the government or the police to step in.
Well, he didn't.
I
I
don't
didn't
need
say I
it.
was doing one.
Well, I don't need it. Well, what I'm saying is, in order to be treated like a visitor here, I'm assuming you must sign in, like to get a visitor's pass. That's all I'm trying. Any general member of the public is able to obtain a visitor's pass here.
No,
No, why
not
not?
even close.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? I just told you why. We need to know. Do you have a student here?
I don't answer questions.
Okay. Well, it's time. We're done. You come with me? You can film me.
Where would you like me to come with you, sir?
Yeah.
I said, where would you like me to? If I don't want to step outside yet. I'd like to continue to do my filming.
Okay, the school's asked you to leave, please.
The school has not asked me to leave. He told me to come with him.
Okay, he's asked you to step outside.
Do
Would you
I?
like this gentleman to leave?
Yes, please.
You've been asked to leave.
So do I? If I don't, because I'm on public property, right? This is public. Can you get a supervisor here?
Not right now, no.
Why not?
If you want to step outside, we can have this conversation outside.
Well, right now I feel like my rights are being kind of infringed upon.
And if you like to step outside, we can have this conversation outside. I will call a supervisor. We'll do everything you want when we're outside.
But this is public property right
Do you
here.
understand what I'm saying?
I disagree with what you're saying.
That's fine. You can disagree, but I need you to step outside.
So are you giving me a lawful order to?
I'm asking you to step outside.
Well, I need to know if you're giving me a lawful order or not to step
Yes,
outside.
I'm giving you a lawful order.
And
to
if I
step outside.
do not, I will be placed under arrest. I'm just
William 10, William 5.
I just want to ask.
I'm just asking you to step outside. We'll have this conversation on outside.
Well, if I'm not, if there's no threat of arrest
I'm
or
going to need you at
anything,
the school.
if there's no threat,
I need you to step outside.
I don't think that this is voluntary.
Okay, that's fine. Step outside.
So I'm being against my will removed from the school.
No, you went ahead and stepped outside. I have a subject that you want us to record inside the school.
Inside the,
Well, come outside. We're outside now.
I'm willing to comply. I don't think that I'm unwilling to comply. I just think that I want to make sure you guys are going about it the right way.
We're right outside the front door.
The constitutionally protected way. And if you have no legal authority to tell me to step outside,
Okay, I have my supervisor on the way, just as you asked.
well, what I'm kind of curious of is it says all visitors must sign in. Okay, so and it says please press button for entry, and that's what I did, and they let me in, and when I told them that I just wanted to do some recording, then I'm being treated like I'm no longer a visitor. There have been rulings on higher circuit Supreme Courts that support what I'm doing, and this is a public school. I looked it up before I came. It's owned by the Ohio Board of Education, paid for by Ohio taxpayer dollars. So I pay for this school to operate. I'm a general member of the public. It's normal hours of operation. All I'm requesting to do is gain entry into the school like anybody else is allowed. It's stated on the door that the visitors can sign in. So as a visitor, I'm not understanding why I'm being treated any differently than any general member of the public. Could you elaborate on that?
Oh, this principal's got you pegged. He ain't gonna waste his breath trying to explain nothing to you.
You asked for my supervisor. My supervisor's on.
But why was I asked to come outside?
Because I'm not sure what your intentions are inside the school.
I have no nefarious or ill intentions. I'm here conducting official business. It's a constitutionally protected activity, what I'm doing.
I understand what you're saying.
So you understand what I'm doing is peaceful, and it's a constant.
I said I understand what you're saying.
But I just said I have no nefarious or ill intent. So if you understand that, then you understand what I'm doing is peaceful.
You hear that, school shooters? All you gotta do is say that you're there peacefully, and you win like Flynn.
No, I understand understand what you're saying, because they're two different things. What you're doing and what you're saying are two different things.
So you think
understand what you're saying.
you think I'm not acting as what I'm saying? That I'm going out of my line of phrasing or something?
No, what I'm saying is you asked for a supervisor. My supervisor's on the way.
Because you tried to remove me from the building.
I asked you to leave, yes.
But you have no authority to do that if I've not committed a crime, or if there's no reasonable articulable suspicion that I have or will be committing a crime.
Oh boy, incorrect again. Just goes to show you that frauditors do their research by watching other frauditors and not really looking at law.
Okay.
You guys understand that, right? That if I'm in here and it's a public building, it's a public entity, owned for by the Ohio Board of Education, and I'm in here, unless if I break a law or do something to where you guys suspect me of breaking a law, or if I'm already in violation of breaking a law, you guys can't just ask me to leave.
Again, I understand what you're saying. You asked for my supervisor.
But you
He's
took
on
an
the way.
oath to the Constitution to uphold and protect that. And
You asked for a supervisor. He's on the way.
that doesn't mean you're not supposed to answer my questions until he gets here.
You asked for a supervisor. He's on the way.
How long is it going to be?
I don't know.
You could do an ETA for me.
He's pulling up right now.
She said he's pulling up right now. Well, I hope he is. I was just at the other school and I called before I came, spoke to the superintendent. She told me that I would be allowed in the lobby.
Want to give credit to the great Blackheart Knight. He does a video where this creep goes to the elementary school. Because when you want to turn up the cringe, why stop at just a high school? Go down to where their young'uns are. But Blackheart found that phone call he made to the superintendent, and you'll be shocked to know he was lying his ass off. I'll leave a link to Blackheart's video in my description.
How's it going? Are you her supervising officer? I've asked her to identify her badge number, and she said it does not matter. I'm asking for her badge number.
I told him that I'd write it down and give it to him on a card. I gave him my name, told him the department.
What's your name and badge number, man?
Sergeant Flynn, 2047.
2047. Do you see how he identified? So what if I was blind and I couldn't read
Are you a
that?
student here or what?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, what are we doing on the school grounds then?
It's public property.
Not for you, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is. It's public property. It definitely is. So
he was recording inside. He was in the lobby, then he was inside the main office. He won't say anything other than he
It
wants
says
to record.
visitors must sign in, which I'm trying to
He
do
won't say
so.
anything other than he wants to record. Obviously, we don't have releases from the kids that are in our office to be recorded.
I just like to
He's in there.
record the publicly accessible areas.
He's already recorded the publicly accessible areas. So he was asked to leave. He wanted to argue about it, said that he has a constitutional right to be here.
I just want to make sure you can't forcefully remove me without so like say for instance, if I'm in a public place and it's not now if it's a private, you know what I mean? Say for instance, we're at my house and I tell somebody to leave that property. I want to trespass them. I don't have to have a reason for doing so. I can trespass whoever I want. But on public property, it doesn't work that way.
Boy, son, just proudly waving that flag of stupidity. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You can be trespassed from lots of places that are funded with taxpayer dollars, especially schools. There don't need to be no crime either. Quit taking your legal advice from people with neck tattoos and felony records.
This is owned by the Ohio Board of Education, which is a public entity paid for by taxpayer dollars. I pay for the school to operate. So I should be treated as a general member of the public when I come to the school. I pressed the button. They allowed me entry beyond their secured door. I told them what my intentions were. I was wanting to come in as a visitor. They let me come in. Once I got to the office, that's when they gave me a problem about that I'm performing a constitutionally protected activity underneath the First Amendment. There is nothing nefarious or ill about what I'm doing. I have no ill intentions. I've made that well aware to these officers, and I told them, I said, I don't think you guys have the authority to tell me to leave.
I don't want to spoil it, but that statement ain't going to age well.
If I've not broken a law, if you don't have reasonable, articulable suspicion that I'm about to commit a crime or already have committed a crime, you can't ask me to leave public property for doing nothing at all.
Here's the thing, though. You're confusing places you're allowed to be with where you're not allowed to be.
No, I'm not.
You're within the school safety zone right now.
A school what?
You are
A school safety zone?
You're on school property right now.
I know I'm on school property. This is public property, owned by the Ohio Board of Education, which is a public entity, paid for by taxpayer dollars.
What's the end goal here? Though, are you just trying to see how far?
Do you know what a First Amendment audit is?
I'm well aware.
Okay, so it's a perfect stress test for what you guys are doing right now. It's that if you want a good elaboration on it, it's to see if you're going to violate my rights as a human being.
So without giving away too much, all of us here with a higher than a pre-K education know this man ain't getting back in that building. So in essence, he will be failing this Frauditor's audit. So what you gonna do, Frauditor? We got a failed audit. What you gonna do?
So are you going to tell me that I'm not allowed in this school? Because if you tell me I'm not allowed in this school, then that's where I start to have a problem.
Oh no, you gonna have a problem? Oh, please reconsider, Mr. Officer. This guy's gonna have a problem. Please reconsider and let him in.
I do. I'm conducting official business protected underneath the First Amendment. Yeah. Go ahead and educate your officers. Am I being detained?
No, absolutely not.
So you don't suspect me of committing a crime or anything?
You're not being detained. You're free to leave if you'd like.
No, am I free to go back in the school as a visitor?
No, not right now.
Why not? Am I not a general member of the public?
You're not going into school.
Why?
You're not.
Why? And what happens if I do? Are you going to arrest me?
If you have no legitimate business.
I do. I'm conducting official business.
You don't have a child that goes to school.
It's a First Amendment protected activity. And if you don't accept that, as a legitimate answer,
You've been asked by Mr. White to leave the property.
you can't ask somebody to leave. You can't trespass me. You can't ask me to leave for doing nothing. I've done nothing illegal. Arrest me.
You work on the school property. You've been asked to leave.
You can't do that. You can't do that. I'd go ahead and get your supervisor here.
I'm all you're gonna get.
Well done there, officer. That's how it should be done every time. Don't reward these people with the supervisor they want, who I can almost guarantee you has got something more important going on. Or better yet, if that supervisor does come, let them come breathing fire with those cuffs out, ready to go.
I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to make this into something bigger than it needs to be.
I already have something bigger than what it needs to be at a different department. If you guys know who I am or you have any education about what I'm doing, I would suggest you look into what I'm already on the news, man. This is what I do. This is what I do.
Would you like to identify yourself?
Nope. I'm not going to answer any of your questions.
In the situation that you're creating here yourself.
I didn't create nothing. You guys showed up. I didn't call you. I'm trying to be a visitor. Why am I not allowed to be treated as a visitor of this school? Answer me that. Why am I not allowed to be treated as a visitor of the school?
Boy, I can't tell if this guy is more sick or more stupid. If this guy had his way where you can just walk into any school you want without identifying, without consenting to illegal searches and seizures, can you imagine the damage? I mean, does this guy really like what happened in Columbine, in Uvalde, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, Sandy Hook? Does that bring a smile to your face? You worthless piece of garbage.
What I'd love right now is an unlawful criminal trespass. I'd love for you guys to do that to me. Because I didn't do anything wrong. I've been more than professional. I shook your hand. You know what I mean? And if what's required of me, if what they require of me, like a visitor to sign in as my first and last name, I'll give them that. I'll provide that for you.
You said, what was your first and last name?
I'm not going to give you that. I said if that's what's if they're going to allow me entry and that's required, if that's what they're saying, even though policy does not trump law, I have no requirement to give them my name. That's actually a violation of my Fourth Amendment right.
So, other than you doing a First Amendment audit, you have no legitimate business here at the City of West Carrollton Schools, a high school. You don't have a student here. You don't go to school here.
I do have a legitimate business here, and I don't wish to disclose what that is past this point.
Okay. So you've been asked by the principal to leave, and also by the school resource officer. You're on the school property right now. If you want to continue to do this, you can do so from the sidewalk over there. Okay? But you've been asked to leave, and you need to leave.
And if I don't leave, you're going to do what?
You need to walk over the sidewalk.
Say it. If I don't leave, what are you going to do?
Are you refusing to leave the school property?
I want you to give me...
I'm letting you know that the school, inside the school, right here,
you can't. Right here. This is public property. This is without me committing a crime. If you give me a lawful order to leave this, you're going to open up room for litigation.
You continue to say you are now criminally trespassing.
No, I'm not.
I've asked you to leave.
No, I'm not.
And now you're criminally trespassing. You've been asked by Mr. White to leave, and by Officer Frauditor. You've extended any First Amendment audit that you have now because you've been asked to leave.
I'm allowed to be here conducting you guys doing any sort of official business. Under Glick versus Cunniffe, the ACLU versus the City of Alvarez.
Okay, both those cases he just referenced. Glick versus Cunniffe and ACLU versus the City of Alvarez. Those both held that citizens can videotape police in the performance of their duties. The hell does that got to do with this? Did any of these officers tell you to point that camera away from them? No. You're just not being allowed in the school.
Sir, just to clarify, you were willing to pursue charges for criminal trespass?
Yes.
Okay.
I need you to leave the property.
It's your last chance to leave. You're going to be placed under arrest.
Okay. All right. I'll leave under threat of arrest.
Okay. Now, and actually, I do need to identify you now because you stayed too long. So what is your name and date of birth?
Now, can we get off the property so that way? That's what you wanted of me, right?
I have to identify you because I have to criminally trespass you.
So do you want me to...
When I asked you to leave and you didn't leave, that's when you criminally trespassed because you stayed too long. So now I need your name and date of birth to identify you.
And if I refuse to give you that?
You'll be arrested for failure to identify. Or I can give you a criminal trespass notice and you can leave. But I have to identify you now. You've passed the point of your First Amendment audit.
After all that bluster, after explaining to everyone what's going to happen, you failed. Because the law is a law, and you are not the authority.
How so?
Okay, I need your name and date of birth or you'll be placed under arrest.
Okay, under threat of arrest, I'll give you my name and date of birth.
Okay, what is that?
William Taylor.
Oops, a little clumsy there. Try to bleep that out.
What's your...
Just stop.
Oh, your qualified immunity is about to go right the fuck out the door, buddy.
Mr. Taylor, what is your date of birth?
11/15/97. Tyrant.
Dagnabbit, did it again.
Under threat of arrest.
Do you want to get your property to take with you?
Oh, I'd love that.
Okay, that'd be great.
Do you know your social security number?
Yes, I do.
I can find that.
289. What happens if I don't provide my social? You didn't say I had to do that. Like, is that under threat of arrest?
I just asked you.
So if I don't have to provide my social, I wish not to do that because that's not.
We're okay.
I don't
Break for one by name and date of birth. You said William Taylor.
Yeah.
Both common spelling.
However you want to spell it.
First name's William, last name Taylor. Both are common spelling. November 15th of 1997.
So are we? Because I mean, you've already threatened arrest, and I'm still here.
Hey,
I don't know.
I have to read you a criminal trespass notice now. So we're gonna walk back over to my car. I'm gonna read you a criminal trespass notice that says if you do come back in the future, you will be arrested immediately. Okay? So let's walk back over to my car, and I'll read that to you.
These officers are fucking stupid, man. So where am I trespass from? Just right here, because I'm getting ready to walk over to the elementary next.
Oh boy, this bad decision making. What is wrong with this guy's head? Have you ever tried to jam a fork inside an electrical outlet and you just can't get it in and you keep pushing and pushing and pushing?
If you'd like to get the superintendent involved, you can be trespassed with all city schools, and you can get yourself arrested for even showing up.
I'm just letting you know. I wish you would arrest me.
So stand right here. You are not free to leave right now. You are detained until I finish this. Okay?
Right now I'm detained.
Correct.
It's an unlawful detainment. It's exactly what this is.
If we do want to get the superintendent involved, so
She's actually calling me right
we can just
now.
nip this in the bud. So if he goes to any other school, we can.
You guys are violating my rights.
No, they're just protecting our children.
Do you have a chief or a captain available?
Of all of them.
I'm the supervisor on duty right now.
Yeah, but I'm asking for your higher up.
They're not working right now. Of course there's a chief.
So could you get your captain on it?
Nobody's gonna come out here.
She said all school problems.
Oh, okay. All right, Mr. Taylor, are you still at 1118 Ohio Avenue, Monroe, Ohio?
I don't answer questions.
All right. That's 118 Ohio Avenue, Monroe, Ohio. Did you drive here today?
Damn it, where is my head today?
I don't answer questions.
I'm gonna read this to you. Your actions or behavior resulted in management and the West Carrollton Police Department demanding your immediate departure. Now listen to this carefully. All West Carrollton schools and property. So you can't walk across that parking lot. You can't go down to that elementary school. You've already made it pretty clear that you're aware of what schools are West Carrollton schools. If you have any question, I would request that you ask us before you
So
step
do I
on
have
the property.
do I have a court date for this?
Listen, I'm gonna read this to you real quick. Okay.
It's a pretty simple question, yes or no.
You will be considered a criminal trespasser under Ohio Criminal Code 291121 and West Carrollton Ordinance 13306.
I know
you
the
fail
ordinance.
to depart at once, or you enter into, or upon the above list of premises in the future, such action shall be considered prima facie evidence of criminal trespass. I'd offer you to sign this, but you probably don't want to, correct?
I don't want to.
Okay. You've got it on recording. We've got it on recording, so you've been read this. Do you understand this is not just for the high school? You cannot walk on any West Carrollton City School property. You'd be arrested for criminal trespass. Do you understand that?
Arrested for criminal trespass. If I walk on the property peacefully when I've committed no crime.
You've stayed.
What crime has been committed?
Right now you're continuing to be on the property, so
What crime
you're
is
no
that?
longer detained for criminal trespass. You've been asked to leave.
You can't charge somebody with criminal trespass without a crime being committed.
You've been asked to leave. So don't go to that elementary.
Asking somebody to leave is not against the, that's me not leaving after somebody asked me to is not against the law.
Listen, this conversation's over as far as I'm concerned. You are free to leave. Go down the sidewalk if you'd like. Do not.
I want to go ahead because I don't care what the fuck you're saying. You said I'm free to leave. I'm going to go ahead and walk away from you because I don't respect you at all. You have no authority at all. You're like a peasant to me. In all honesty, I could give a fuck less what you're saying.
I understand.
Let's see. You don't respect him, but he's gainfully employed and is making a difference in his community. You, on the other hand, are getting your dumbass tossed off buses and getting trespassed from schools after creeping after little kids. And he's got no authority, but he just plucked your dumbass off the school grounds and put you back on the street where you belong. In other words, I don't think he gives two shits what you think about him. Well, I can tell by that sundial it's time to say goodnight. Put little beans on the fire, little pina colada on ice. And as always, cuddle up with a clean shirt and a dirty woman. Anyway, good night. I bid you adieu.